Okay, today we are going to backtest possibly AUDCAD. I'm looking to add AUDCAD to my repertoire, and I will tell you the reasoning behind that real quick. So and I'm not sure yet if I'm going to add that, but I still want to backtest it a little bit. So I got AUD USD CAD now, and I don't really need more than like 5 pairs, maybe 6 if you count gold there, which I don't trade that much, but every once in a while I'm able to get like nice setup there. But basically, Euro USD moves nicely in London, GEO moves nicely in London, then AUD USD, USD CAD, and AUD CAD are all pairs that tend not to move during London that much, which means that we are usually getting more action during New York, because sometimes when like EU and GEO give like a massive range during London, which is cannot get in, like it should like retrace for the rest of the day like that, and I don't like it. So, and sometimes when the problem being when sometimes London gives these massive moves, it doesn't necessarily give me the entry models, so I'm not able to make money in this massive move, nor am I able to make money in this choppy downtrending retracement. So I'm starting to like these USD CAD, AUD CAD pairs, which tend to consolidate more during London, and we can actually catch nice setups during New York then. And this is especially during those days when Euro USD GU have given absolutely massive London range. During those days, USD CAD, AUD CAD, I'm thinking, are these kind of pairs which are able to provide you a little bit cleaner setup than in New York session. So that's why I'm thinking about adding it. So let's just like backtest this a little bit. So here immediately bearish gap. I think we could push through it. We are uptrending market. We took that weekly, so in my opinion the target could be that high. That's your buy side. Idea being that we tapped into this fair value gap, rejected away from, so we are in bearish daily gap, but doesn't really mean much for me. We just want to see that gap being flipped. Let's go to New York session, not sellable, that one. I like to keep the chart in my time for some weird reason. Okay, so the daily gap actually holds. Doesn't necessarily mean much, but when you look at the momentum, it's a huge push, then we chop to the upside. We hold this gap, so this could mean more bearish action. I'm not so sure about that, but if you look at the precision, how that daily gap got filled on the point almost. But this daily candle has quite a big range. I reckon this happened during. Okay, so it's like a Asian shift to New York. We got that huge range there. Well, we've got a lot of liquidity swept. These are almost equal lows, meaning that is your possible sell side. If you are bearish, we would be having a projection of this price leg to go short. So let's just see what kind of patterns price can print us. Okay, bitches. Okay. Let's just, I'm trying to adjust this. There you go. So these are, as far as I'm concerned, these are pretty straightforward moves here. So I cannot really tell much as of now. What is the bias here though? I mean, we rejected that gap. We are chopping, we broke structure to the downside. It should be bear, technically speaking, but it's hard to say with the, am I really expecting market to come all the way back down to that daily, weekly that got rejected? No, not necessarily, but it looks still bearish. I cannot justify bull bias here. Now I don't like the structure. This is not enough confluences to go short. I want to see something more than like this kind of vague breaker structure in M5. But you know, the session kind of ends there. We have like a weird curve there. In my opinion, that's not really tradable day. Let's see what we have. So as you can see, my bias, overall bias in terms of bullishness worked out. Should have actually realized that there's this gap, because that's somewhat significant when you respect. I mean, actually you do not respect that, but I don't know. Otherwise, anyway, we run up. This would be our next objection, because we are clearly long in this. We want to see market in premium pricing before we can long. So just give me like an initial drop to that Asia range. Okay, so we don't get anything like that. Now we're super in the premium, but we could continue longing. I don't feel comfortable to do so though, because we got that. So this is a breaker structure that could work. Like if we were much lower, I would take a long here. Okay, now we're lower. The question is, are we able to shift in structure here and still have enough volume left in the markets? No, I don't think so. We just end up dropping even further. Let's just go. So technically the whole range is this one here. If we sweep that high, wick heavily. I think this candle is this 4-hour candle is trying to pursue this. This is like a market maker sell model as well. There you go. Pow. I will put sell entry target to or sell limit. Okay, so this is annoying because sometimes you don't get this, and now we're just running lower, meaning that there is no entry. But you know, sometimes these forex pairs are in conditions when you get like good trade every day or almost every day. Sometimes you got these kind of conditions when you are failing to find setups, but that's why I like to have multiple pairs in my trading. So I just skip that. Okay, this looks bearish. Look at that structure. We swept everything we need to sweep in that range. Let's see how that candle moves. I don't like the structure here. Okay, so we break structure again. Now this is kind of weird and odd break of structure. It's not 5 minute. I would hope to get in. I would want that gap, but I'm fine with two RR. Oh shit. We actually were bullish to those, so I mean, should have thought about that. We got the 4-hour gap in that range. That's probably targeted now. There you go. And only God knows what we're going to do next. It's kind of odd because we are not willing to sweep any of the liquidity down here. We're just moving higher with the... And remember that I have never traded this pair, so... I'm still kind of figuring things out. But if you want to long this, you would want to see this 4-hour gap being mitigated, which we don't have. Maybe we could short, who knows. Obviously that's not necessarily a good idea because we don't necessarily need to take that, but we cannot take longs either if we don't mitigate that area. Oh shit. Okay, I think this is good reversal point, so we are going to take a buy limit there. I so much hope that we get tagged in this because... Okay, you start running. But this is a trade that we need to hold now a little bit longer, so... It tends to move during Asia, so if you are confident with this, you can hold this, I guess. And we're going to hold that high. Now you can see what's going on. This is more like a swing play. It takes like a few days, but it's probably going to run that high. There you go. I don't usually take these kind of setups, but maybe like... Even if I had put my stops break even, it would have never got tagged, so that's W setup. That's almost 3% trade. And I don't usually try to target these kind of swings. Maybe I could have looked at this range and went like M1 chart and tried to catch some nice shift. Yeah, it could have been nice, but problem being that the M1 price action is super choppy, so I cannot take anything there anyways. But yeah, that's a W setup. Next New York session. I think it's kind of choppy in here, but it's still bullish range, and I'm still expecting longs to happen here. So let's just, I don't know, sweep some liquidity and move higher. Simple as that. Give me like a nice break of structure to the upside. That's the premise one. Have we swept enough liquidity? That's the question here. Well, looking at this M15, we're actually respecting that gap quite nicely. So I'm actually going to take this to these highs. Bitch ass. This is why I hate Dream. I'm trying to chase this engine now. Okay, we actually caught that. That was kind of cool, even though I don't know if that was like a bad trade. Like the real one would have been that, and your stop just somewhere here. Okay, we are not reading markets bad in my opinion still. But yeah, I'm gonna continue backtesting this. Maybe go live sometime soon, and considering adding this pair to my trading list. Yeah.